Yeah. You know what it is, all right, you friggin' movie nerds. Welcome back to the Pasefika Movie Starter Kit. You know what it is, all right? I'm Oholo Marcus. That's Lance Falitong, okay? If you're new here, check out the other reviews over at the Polytickin Network, okay? If you want to talk sports, check out the Polynesian podcast hosted by the Uso Lance and Coach Forrest. Okay, if you want to hear what's going on in the community, check out the Polytickin podcast with the Uso Sefa M and myself. All right, if you'd like to support us directly, consider our Patreon, patreon.com/Polyticket Podcast. Get episodes early, get brand new stuff. You know what I'm saying? $5 a month gets you extra stuff if you're into that stuff. You know what I mean?
Support.
Sports, sports, news, movies. It's all here, dude. Subscribe. Anyway, what are we watching, dude? What's going on?
Welcome back to the Starter Kit. It's great to be back here with you, bro. We are watching the 2016 comedic film, getting some wisdom from the family, Three Wise Cousins. Written
should
and
be
directed.
2 wise cousins and 1 fucking idiot cousin.
Oh, you know my goodness. This movie was infuriating.
Cousins. Yeah, bro. I know.
Yeah?
I know.
There were times my stomach was like churning watching this movie.
Churning.
Oh,
you're dramatic and shit. Churning. Your stomach was churning.
Yeah, watching this cousin try to find his way to Samoa to become a real island guy, and how ungrateful and arrogant and it ended up being watching that. But
so. Yeah, the official synopsis of this movie, Three Wise Cousins, this is from IMDb. It's a young New Zealand Samoan man called Adam ventures to his motherland to try and impress his crush Mary, who claims she only likes real Pacific Island men. You know what? Let me stop you right there, IMDb. How dare you not mention Tavita and Mose having some kind of part in this synopsis, okay? You know what I'm saying? The real MVP movie, okay? I know it's centered around Adam and his weirdness and whatever, but dog, at least mention those two in the freaking synopsis, all right? Because they deserve more. They deserve more than that, okay? Pillars. Pillars of the movie.
Yeah, they hold it up, for real.
Yeah. This came out in 2016, directed by Stallone, Vaiaoga-Ioasa, all right? And he did another movie that we've reviewed in the past, Take Home Pay. And it makes sense, bruh. Same actors, same style, you know what I'm saying? But centered like these are original stories centered around Pacific Islander, you know, peoples and stuff. So I mean, that's always a good look. It's always cool when you can like recognize a director's certain style and style of movies that they do. You know what I'm saying? Like with Scorsese and stuff, with his Godfather, or with his like mob movies. You know what I'm saying? You got Steven Spielberg with all the whimsical shit he be doing. You know what I'm saying? George Lucas in Star Wars. Whimsical, bro. So we're trying now, like Stallone has like some body of work where like you can tell what kind of movie you're getting. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him, man, putting in work and all that. So what's next, bro? What's damn? Huh?
Bro.
What are you doing?
Were there any thing you remembered before we get into the story? Anything like thoughts you had going into the movie? Because I remember I did relate this a lot to Take Home Pay. I think I even mixed it up and thinking certain parts were from Take Home Pay.
Yep.
But I feel like this one was, I was out 2016. I was in Oregon by then. So like I had heard about this coming out and being in the theaters in the Pacific, but I don't know if I ever got a chance to fully watch it all the way through and stuff like that. So this was like the first time getting to watch it. Do you remember this coming out?
Yeah. I remember wanting to watch it here. I think I was still working at the burger joint. I was working at Five Guys still. But I remember like reading or seeing it on Twitter and stuff and wanting to watch it. I don't remember hating the first half as much as I did the second time around. But because I think like I just wanted to watch a movie with Samoans in it. And now with this show and stuff, now my powers of observation are a little stronger now. So now I recognize how terrible that first half was. This was a fucking slog to get through, bro. I was pissed off for like a solid 45 minutes. But yeah, 2016, Marcus was super excited to watch this and looked at it with rose tinted glasses. at the time. I was like, dude, this is such a great movie, dude, and it is. It is.
Yeah.
It's just the first half really just brought it down a lot. So yeah,
Uh,
man.
that I think the single for the soundtrack of this
Oh,
album, "This Is How We Do It in the Islands,"
oh yeah,
uh,
okay.
that was like, I think I downloaded that when it came out. Like that was, I mean, that's a slap. It's kind of a lot slower than I remember. I feel like it was,
hmm
uh, yeah.
Yeah, that shit
That
was.
song was freaking out.
Is that the song they were playing with the credits and the ears and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
okay.
how we do it in the islands.
Yeah, yep, yeah. They played that beginning and the
Sway.
end. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I
That
tried to
was
look for it on freaking Apple Music. I was pissed off it didn't have it.
I think you had to go to like the Three Wise Cousins soundtrack. I also had problems finding it. I think I might have had to go to YouTube or something. Um,
Mm,
but yeah, that was a big. I remember that coming out when people were, watching it and playing it. That was a good song.
yeah,
All right, story arc.
yeah.
Oh man, it's I feel like it had
Yeah.
to be intentional. How frustratingly annoying and like unlikable
Oh,
uh Adam is throughout like the
bro.
first parts of the movie, right?
And
So this is like props to
hell
the
yeah,
actor and the director for making us so pissed off.
bro. And it like we pick up on it quickly, right? Like what's crazy is that a lot of movies will paint characters like Adam in like a sympathetic light, you know what I'm saying? Where like,
Yeah, yeah,
he just has low self-esteem. He has no confidence about him. But when you watch Adam, like you see that it goes far beyond lack of self-confidence and self-esteem. It's right. It's like indignation, ungratefulness, and just
yeah.
fucking, just being a jobless loser. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was looking at that, I was just like, dude, what? I don't have this guy's back yet at all because like through
Mm.
the first third of the movie, you know what I'm saying? We're introduced to, well, the first establishing shot is of Mohsen Tavita and Samoa, and then hard ass intro with the credits and the with the ear with the credits on the ears, like that was just a hard
Yeah,
intro. And
yeah,
that
yeah,
song that you mentioned, yeah, it was great. And then we cut to New Zealand and we're introduced to our main character Adam, who again, um, jobless, aimless, plays video games, doesn't do much around the house, doesn't even clean, you know what I'm saying? And it's established early on that this dude Adam is just he's, to put it bluntly, he's a fucking loser. Dude is a loser, and he pissed me off through the
and
first
it's
half of
not
this
like
movie.
external circumstances like bullies and stuff like that. It's
You know,
himself.
you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, there's
So
no
it's hard to
trauma.
root for him. It's
You know
like,
what
bro, get
bro?
up.
That's such a, yeah. Get your ass up. That's such a good point too. There's no trauma that like makes us sympathetic to him and his cause. You're just immediately like, oh, dude, this dude's a loser. What the hell is going on? So props again, like you said, props to Neil Amituanai. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, the way, yeah, props to him, props to
Oh,
Neil.
I thought, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, but like even the way he is like ungrateful towards his parents, like there's
Mm-hmm.
his breakfast is laid out for him when he wakes up, and he probably
Come
wakes up
on,
hella
bro.
late. It doesn't look
Yeah.
very dark. It looks very bright outside when he's waking up.
You know what I'm saying?
And then he
Yeah.
goes and he's picking off a plate that his mom made for him before she and his dad went to work. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you're just kind of you're living off of your parents. You're not really doing anything. You're not,
You're not
yeah,
contributing.
contributing or
Contribute.
improving
Or
yourself to help become a contributor.
come on, bro.
Yeah,
Come
hand
on.
it to him. And that's
Hand
one
it
of the
to him.
first things. I mean, he's explaining his story to the cousins, right? To open
Mm-hmm.
the movie, and
Oh yeah,
they're
that's right.
like,
Yeah.
"What? Tell us what's really going on." And then he's talking through this whole thing, talking about like, I met this girl, we hit it off. We're trying to spend time together, but it doesn't really work out. I
Mm-hmm.
heard that she really likes island guys. But the what we're seeing that is actually happening is that he's like in like a stalker role here,
Yeah,
first
he's
of
kind of
all,
creepy.
but it's
He's a little
not
creeper.
happening the way that he's saying it.
Yes.
The story is not coming out the way that he's portraying it.
Yeah.
So he's like lying to him. So that's another layer. First off, you're like not helping around the house. You're like picking off your parents, and you're lying. You're not like really manning up to the situation when you're retelling your side of the story. I was like, oh,
Yeah, I know.
so
It
put
was
this
so
guy through
cringy.
boot camp. Like, get him. Freaking, you don't deserve whatever happens at the end of this movie. The way
Yeah, oh,
this
beyond
is
scared
lining up.
straight, bro. Yeah, throw him in the program, bro.
Yeah.
22 years old going through the Beyond Scared Straight program, bro.
So
You
that's
know
the
what I mean?
first. Those are the first things we learn about this main character, right? Of
Right.
Adam, is that he has never talked to this girl before.
Mm-hmm.
She's never seen him. He's kind of just trying to catch the bus at the same time she is, so that he can be around her. But he's never
Yeah.
talked to her, right? That's like, that's creepy, right? And
Yeah.
is that
Fellas.
it's not like romantic creepy.
No.
Bruh,
Wait, there's romantic creepy? No, no, no. Wait. We gotta explore
man.
that. Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah. You hear those stories about like he came to my house every night for 15 weeks and told
Oh
my father
God,
he was
yeah.
gonna take me. What?
Yeah.
Uh
Okay, yeah.
no, there's like I guess I don't know. It
Creepy
definitely
is
gave off
creepy.
like,
Okay, that
oh
lady. Yeah, that lady just loves the fact that you know what I'm saying, he came
yeah.
back to her, every week for 15 weeks or every day for 15 weeks. No, lady, that's still creepy. Okay, your man
Yeah.
is creepy. You're all creepy. It's not romantic at all.
So yeah, and that's the way he kind of eavesdrops to find out that her preference for a guy when she's talking to her friends is an
Mhm.
island guy, like a real
Right.
island guy. So now he's
Mhm.
like, first of all, he's never talked to her, but he's gonna fly to Samoa to become an island guy.
Bro, what? What a drastic fucking change, bro. Um,
Uh,
yeah. I forgot. I
ridiculous.
forgot that. I forgot that it starts in Samoa, and then as he's telling his story, it goes back to New Zealand. But yeah, he's caught the cousins up. You know what I'm saying? And we're introduced again to Tavita and Mose. Are they brothers in the movie? Or are they cousins? Because I remember. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. They're all family. But
Mhm.
Tavita's the more positive one, right? The one who's got
Definitely.
Adams back through the movie. You know what I'm saying? A little more optimistic and a little more helpful. Mose is the realist. He is the realist. He pulls no punches. He's
Yep.
honest. He does not care.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make him any less good than Tavita, but you know what I'm saying? It's the dichotomy, dude. You know what I'm saying? The differences between the two, where freaking, where Adam can try to siphon some wisdom from because he needs both of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's a great introduction to those two, and yeah, MVP's the movie. So
Yeah.
um, we're established that Adam is in Samoa, trying to learn to be a Samoan, be a better island guy for this girl that he's never talked to. So now he gets to experience these things. He's asking his cousins like, "Yo, teach me how to be an island guy." You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to give him these simple ass tasks that he cannot do. You know what I'm saying? Which
Mhm.
like it pissed me off not just because he couldn't do them, but I was just like, he's a cartoon at this point. It's like, bro, why are you using the broom like that? Have your parents never like taught you how to sweep? You know what I'm saying? I'm
Exactly.
sure they've taught him how to do it. It's he's just too lazy to do it. And you know what? This
Mhm.
is the question that I wrote down on the sticky note that I did want to put in the notion. I said, do you think should Adam's parents what is it? Take some responsibility for how Adam grew up to be, because one, his mother,
Hmm.
who we see in the movie, spoils the shit out of him, and two, Adam's dad, trying not to hurt his feelings, said, "Yeah, plastic is usable. We need that." You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I just want to throw that to what I mean, because sometimes like we see that a lot in just families in general, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of coddling in Pacific Islander families too, and
Mhm.
especially with like the men, the boys, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of crazy to see that play out in this comedy, because it's like, bro, if we do that, we can have an Adam, we can end up raising an Adam, you know what I'm saying? but
Yeah.
but hopefully there's like Adam, or people like Adam, are smart enough to recognize their faults and learn from that. You know what I'm saying? So
Ooh.
like we see in
That,
this movie,
yeah,
but
that part about like looking inside and like realizing you're not blameless in how the
right,
situation ran out. But as far as like parents, I mean, I get wanting to support your kid until they, blossom and butterfly their
hey,
way away from your house.
You know,
Some parents set it down real early. At 19
hey,
you're gone. All right, so you got to figure out it until then. But like, there are other parents that are. Uh, I think becoming a parent is making me change my answer on this because I'm like, yeah,
okay,
she could live like you can live with me forever.
Y-
Whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
And
my
see,
that's my job for bringing them here. It's like,
hey,
your
I'm
necessities
speaking.
will be covered.
Brother, I'm speaking of a place of privilege. I don't have kids. I just, I don't know. Like,
Mm.
and that's such a Western ideal too, to like let your kid go at that young age when they hit 18 or 19. That's very like Western and not traditional of Samoans, because usually that's
Mm-hmm.
how Samoans is. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not exactly coddling. It's like, this is my son, this is my daughter. I want them to, I want to take care of them as much as I can or
Yeah,
need to,
yeah.
I'm saying,
Oh,
for them to
yep.
grow. And you know what I mean? Like to let them grow wings of their own, and you know what I'm saying, lead a nest. But that's a very Western ideal, is that, oh well, once you're 18, you're an adult. You're not an adult at 18, bro.
You
You're still a fucking
are a
idiot.
teenager.
You're still a teenager, brother. You cannot buy beer yet. You're an idiot right now still. You're unemployed. You're just not in
Yeah.
school. You're not in school, you're unemployed now. You know what I'm saying? So I just posed that question because I thought it was, you know what I'm saying, like they make it a point to show you
Mm.
that Neil that Adam's parents, you know what I'm saying, like they kind of coddled bro, you know what I'm saying, especially his mother, you know what I'm saying, but that's his
Yeah.
mother and that's her son. Fine,
And
cool,
that's yeah, it's understandable, expectable even. But I
right.
mean, but off top, just thinking like, who's allowing this guy to be that way? It's the
You know
owners
what I'm
of the
saying?
house. So yeah, they could have put the
Where's this?
foot down earlier. Luckily, this woman walked by their son without looking at him, and he
Yeah.
became so attached that he wanted to freaking fly to Samoa to learn how to
Hey,
be a real island guy.
real oil and guy, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Shout out to Mary for setting up this transformation. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah! Shout out to her, bro, just for existing. Her existence,
Just walking down the street, changing
bro.
lives. The amount
You know,
of freaking eye beauty you need for that.
you know what I'm saying,
Uh,
ladies, the power you guys have. No, just kidding. The
yeah,
power you
making the
guys
world a
have
better
over
place.
us. You're making the world a
Oh,
better place just by existing. Thank you.
that's one of the themes that I was thinking about just off top is like the things people do
Oh,
for
bro.
love.
Oh,
I can think of so
oh,
many things. I'm
it's
like,
not
oh, I
love
wouldn't have
though,
done. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Lance. It's not
yeah. Talk
love.
about it. Talk about it.
It's not, you know what I'm saying, it's not love, like it's lust. It's lust and no self-awareness, bro. She doesn't know you exist. It's not love.
Mhm. Well,
Oh,
so he
Adam.
thinks that becoming like an island extrovert guy, an island displaying person, is going to be get her to notice him because she's not even
Yes.
looking at him the first time. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, when he asks his parents, he's like, "Can I go to Samoa?" His dad is like, "For what? They
Yeah.
work there. They're busy
Yeah,
there. They're up early. They're working throughout the whole day. What are you going to go there for?"
exactly.
Hey,
Who's
the power of the mom, though. She puts her
right?
hands up, and the room goes quiet. Hey, power. And then she brings over his passport. She's like, "Get out of here, go." What that? Do you think the mom was like knew this was he needed this, or like because she was like, "Yeah, get out of here, go. This is gonna be good for you," even
Yeah.
overriding her partner.
I
So
I think so, bro. I think she takes care of him because she knows that he's kind of helpless, and he I think she knew that he needed this to go learn something.
if I
I feel
thought
like
my
she knew.
kid was like helpless, I'd be less likely to let them fly solo dolo to a harder working place than
Hey,
I give them.
right. Right,
She was
motherfucker.
like,
You
"I'm ready for you to become a man now. Go learn how to be a functional adult." He was done. Mom was over it.
hey, differences between mothers and fathers, man. Because his father was just like, what the? No, man. No, you're just like the father, bro. Less inclined to let that fool go. Who's gonna pay for your trip? Huh? What are you gonna do out there when
And
you
for what?
this and for what? Ole shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. No, I I totally understand both, but man, the mother was just like, dude, you better go and learn something. If I'm letting you go, you better go learn something, Adam. You fucker. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, we're
Um,
in Samoa. What?
yeah, Act two of
What?
this. Act two of this movie is like the
Hmm.
training, right? This
Yeah.
is the time to like notice your deficiencies, learn, and like execute. Like get better
Right.
every day at doing these little faos.
Mm-hmm.
Faos? Faos?
Fez. Fez.
There was a lot of that. I
Yeah.
can remember. Oh, that was traumatic for me.
Yeah. The
Faos?
script was really good, bro. I really like it. It felt like it felt real. Like it felt like improv, bro. Like the director was just like, dude, this part you're just gonna be clowning them. Say whatever comes to mind. Like that's what it felt like because man, that humor was Samoan as shit, bro. I was
Hey,
like,
exactly.
you know what I
Did you
mean? I was like,
did you know
what
these
the?
two, the cousins, Vito who plays Mose and Fisui Viliamu who plays Savita, were on Mr. Lava Lava?
Nah. Wait, what is Mr. Lava Lava?
So you know, Fresh
Pageant?
TV, they have
I
like I think they
vaguely
had
remember
a
it.
yeah. So I kind of remember this, but they had a game show where like they were
Oh.
trying to find the most island guy in Samoa to
Oh.
become the title of Mr. Lava Lava. And like Fresh
Uh-uh.
TV aunties were like the hostesses, and the
That's
guys were
tight.
coming up and doing all climbing trees. These were two of the standouts from there. There's that time where like Bose or Vito is like, "Do you want to go to South Africa or Mandela?" He didn't know
Oh.
the Mandela. He was just trying to spit game or something at I think to
Yeah.
Miss Samoa. Like that was the episone.
I think the
And
Fosefa
then
mentioned that the other day.
okay,
The Nelson
that's where I
Mandela
heard it.
stuff. Okay, yeah, yeah,
And then
okay.
freaking Fesui, that's real life Tavita. Like the
Oh yeah.
swag, you know, I got the swagger. Yo.
Yeah.
So
That's
they
great.
were on TV. They are entertainers. I mean, not someone's you know singing, dancing, kind of natural entertainers, but they
Oh
uh
yeah.
they've
Oh,
been
they
trying
some
to
natural routes. That's cool, bro.
yeah.
That's cool.
So
That's cool that they work with this director to like bring that out of them, and it feels like this director knows how to work with these two.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Just another the classic director actor team up and shit. That's cool. That's tight.
Nice.
All right, so what were you
Uh,
say?
yeah, so they're trying to teach him little stuff. You can see actually I felt some like progress, and then like I feel like it eroded a little bit because it looked like he was doing good for hours once he finally like bought in and was like, okay, I have to
Yeah.
do the basic stuff. Because after the first day, he couldn't even salu the yard right, and they were like, if
Mm-hmm.
he can't even salu, what makes him think he can do any of this other stuff? We're giving him the
Mm-hmm.
basic stuff. Oh, and that's a reminder for when I got out of AIT. It was to be a Black Hawk helicopter mechanic, and like
Okay.
the last week or two of our class, we were like, some of these things that you were teaching us to do are so intricate and difficult and precise that like if we mess up, a freaking helicopter could go down. Right. And we
Yeah.
were like having to like we were
That's
panicking
an
one night in class. And the sergeant was like, look, no one's putting you guys on full engine rebuilds or propeller
right.
you know replacements your first day. Okay, you guys are going to be pushing a broom for like a year. And I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, that's exactly how they're building them up here. They're like, you really do have to start from square one with this guy who shows you that he
Right.
knows nothing, and then build up from there. From soloing you go to like going and collecting out in the plantation, you go from cooking, you start learning more difficult tasks. And it
Mm-hmm.
looked like he bought in for a little bit and was like really contributing, but then
Yeah.
you see like the fatigue set in for this food. Like the day is too
Right.
long, right?
Mm-hmm.
He gets kind of
I was about
like
to say.
a toddler, which I can tell
Come
you
on,
about.
bro.
When the energy is done, I don't want to do this anymore. It becomes difficult to continue doing stuff. And Mose and Tavita are trying to like do their vows and stuff, and this guy is becoming a hassle now. Like he was
Right.
doing good yesterday, but now he's like becoming a pain. He
That's what I
was
was gonna.
yeah.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Remember when they were when Mosi was teaching him to cut the grass with the belu and stuff.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So while he was doing that, was it either there or I think they're trying to plant something by the end of the day,
Yeah,
right? They
yep.
were trying to they were putting the rod through the dirt and stuff, and they got to plant something before the sun went down, and Adam's pettiness came out. You know what I'm saying? Like his all that progress was for nothing because he still had this childish behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why it looked like he bought in for a bit, but then the fatigue it revealed who he truly was, and he started acting all petty and
Oh,
shit,
yep.
trying to like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, like he walked away for a bit, and mostly was talking to Tavita like, bro, what the fuck? What is this dude? What is he
Yeah.
doing? Like he's fucking useless. And then he comes back, apologizes, and then gets back to work. You know what I'm saying? So again, it just looks like he bought in, but he still hadn't reached that point of like, yo, all of this is for nothing if your behavior doesn't change. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's still in there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, nah.
He's still in there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you see subtle hints of his pettiness. You know what I'm saying? Of his attitude and just like that, like it's Holler, like you said, like it's too early. Every time, like it's so funny when those two try to wake him up, and he's always the last to wake up. You know what I mean? So yeah, bro. The second act is it's all just one long training montage, it feels like.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a point where he's calling his mom and he calls his cousins weird.
Yeah.
Before he calls them weird, he like looks over his shoulder back and forth.
Right.
Still doesn't see his cousins right behind him.
Come on, bro. It's not that far, dude. You didn't even look behind you, bro. Like, how useless are you, Adam? You can't even look behind you? Come on, bro. Like, what? Do we need an instruction manual for bro? Like, bro, it was such a damn cartoon, bro. So, yeah. So he calls those two weird. Useless. Calls those two weird. And they set this fool up for a great life lesson.
You like that the ninja setup?
Bro, what the? That's
this movie cuts to random shots sometimes, and it's great.
Yo, right? Like just out of nowhere, like the posing with the ninja stuff. Come on, bro.
Dog. Rolling like around.
I wrote in here because like I wrote this in here while that scene was going on. I said grown men still children. I would love to do that, bro. Like, bro, we're gonna get this motherfucker. You go, no, bro, we're gonna get this motherfucker.
The t-shirts around their faces. What they have? It wasn't like samurai knives or anything. They had like
no, they had the salu. Tavita had the salu on his back. Yeah. Yeah, bro. That shit was hard too. Bro. I was like, bro, I'm about to make that right now.
Just go freaking combat rolling through your house.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
They drop them off at the cousins where the little cousins are, there's a whole day in the life, right?
Right.
Of the cousins they go get the cocoa plants, they break them open, they make cocoa samoa, they have to go to the market, they have to sell it, use that money to buy dinner, buy food for the elders, come back, cook it for them, present it to them. Mm-hmm. It's real like a shock to Adam, who falls asleep as the food is being served. He's had a long day.
Bro, I'd be so fucking embarrassed, bro. So everybody's working around you and you're waking up like, okay, I gotta get up and do something. Like, bro, that's embarrassing, dog.
This second act is a real big training where he's being introduced to all these different tasks, all these vows, what they're for. He fails spectacularly when they try to wake him up early for the Umu on Sunday. They got to do that before going to church, and it takes a while to wake him up, and when he's in the Ubu at 5 a.m, he is of no help, and he falls back asleep, and Moses is like, just leave him, the guy's freaking useless. He wakes up when they're coming back from church. Damn, sleep in, fool.
I want to touch on the Makeki part, because that's that's another thing that he, it's another layer, right, of just something that he's not aware of. You know what I'm saying? Like they punished him. Like they punished him for calling him weird. Mostly in Tavita, they're punishing him for calling him weird. Okay. So they basically kidnapped bro and put him over there with their cousins, and so he can learn how to, you know what I'm saying, sell this shit and see what those kids do to put, food on the table. You know what I'm saying? Them kids work way harder than motherfucking Adam. You know what I mean?
And every day.
You know what I mean? And they do that every day, and it was supposed to be a great lesson for him to learn. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what the fuck? And then they lost out on like $20 because this motherfucker Adam his Samoan was so bad. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
oh, that sucks,
Doesn't know the
man.
currency. He's supposed to get $20.
Bro,
He only gets one coin or something like that. He's
straight
like,
God
fuck
hustled,
this.
bro. Got
Vámonos.
hustled. Yeah,
What are you?
got hustled by Uncle Junior over there at the freaking Makeki, bro. So
That's
it
what
I
actually
like.
that part is one of my favorites where the second kid, the first kid is like, man, just wait here. And the
Yeah,
second kid like looks at the camera and then
yeah.
looks back. Just wait here.
Yeah. You notice that the like that you notice that like that caption is different from the other ones too. Like it's hilarious. The caption of that second kid when he says "just wait here," like it's just written like a child, and then it's fucking hilarious, bro. Yeah, that part's hilarious. So it was just another way for Adam to develop his character. You know what I'm saying? Character development. You know what I mean? And he just kept missing the point. You know, like that was the most frustrating part was that he just kept missing the point of everything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he does that at the Makeki, comes back home. Or what is it? No, he sleeps over there, sees how the parents are getting served the lamb, and then he gets kidnapped again and brought back to home. Yeah, gets kidnapped again, gets brought back home, and then is that when they try to wake him up to do the umu? Right after?
Well, I think they wake him up there and they talk for a little bit, and then I think the next day is the Ubu.
Okay, yeah,
but they're like that's the point that Mose makes to him is like, oh, you thought that was hard. That was one day for you. Okay, that's there every day. All right, so check yourself. Which I mean, that's what this movie is. Freaking reality check. You think you're doing good, you think you're really giving your all, and then you're confronted with examples of much harder working people doing a lot more than you, and you gotta reconcile. It's like, okay, am I gonna keep now that I know I'm depleted, not being good, not enough, not being like a piece of shit? Am I gonna continue this, or am I gonna actually make some changes?
Right. Exactly.
They.
And, what?
I was gonna say like Act 3, how this starts wrapping. If you thought it was like a good transformation or ending, because they get into a fight, right?
Yeah. Towards the ending of Act 2, going into Act 3, Adam has had enough, right? Was there a certain it doesn't matter. Adam has had enough of being there. He was hurt by I can't remember if he was hurt by something or there was a foul that they were doing that he was just fucking up on, and then he just broke. I was just like, I'm going home. Fuck you guys. You know what I'm saying?
I think it was the talking to the girl. He thought he was doing good.
Yeah,
and
that's
most,
right.
Most is like,
that's
bro,
right.
that was nothing. And then they find out that he's like never really, talked to the girl at all and was making all this up. So it's like,
yeah,
they're ready to call him out on his BS now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there was a whole like that. Like the transformation started a bit earlier. You know what I'm saying? He told the boys that he's never actually had a girlfriend, so they try to help him out with that. There's a whole thing at the market where he tries to talk to a girl that Mose basically hired to talk to this fool or whatever, and he freezes up. So then he starts confronting his own lack of self-esteem and confidence, and then he starts he's having like the same recurring dream and stuff, and he gets inspired to try again, and then he does a horrible job still, but he does a horrible job, but they make it seem like it's progress for him. Like that's progress for self-awareness Adam. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, he went and go talk to them. You know what I'm saying? But still did a horrible job. And then like you mentioned, Mose starts going in like, bro, that was fucking terrible. You're useless, dude. And then that's when Adam is going through his thing and just gets hurt, is broken, tells his mom, hey, I'm coming home. Just sounded like a spoiled, whiny brat. You know what I'm saying? And then as he's packing, he's leaving, the boys, Tavita and Mose, come home and they confront him. And that's when they start going in. Basically, the start of the best parts of the movie. Like, I love this confrontation, bro. Because, I loved it. Like, again, movies that have characters like Adam usually try to, be sympathetic to him. But so I thought that's what the route they were going, and my fault for having those assumptions, because god damn do they call him out for his behavior, and I love that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we clocked it early, like, oh, Adam is a weird, creepy loser, no job, whatever, and the boys confronting him. selfish, all of that, arrogant. And so the two confronting him about his terrible behavior, you know what I'm saying? It finally like that was
It's
it.
like
That
us
was a
getting
turning
to
point.
confront him, which we
Bro,
wanted to do for the last hour. We're like, yeah, tell
oh
him.
yes, exactly. And like you said in the note, Tavita, especially because again, Tavita has had Adam's back through the entire movie. You know what I'm saying? Mose has been going in, talking all his shit, you know what I'm saying? But Tavita had his back. But Tavita had to put his foot down too, like, nah, bro, you're fucking up, dude. And we were trying to help you and we put our lives on pause for you. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to mention that the shot that I really liked that like stood out was as like those two were going in on him, telling him, you know, what it really is. Like it was a close up of Adam in his face, and he was just like, you know, looking all crazy and shit, trying to like he's like reconciling with all the bad shit they're saying. Well, not bad shit, but all the constructive criticism that those two are giving to him. And you know, the two are talking shit to him, but like they're behind him over both of his shoulders, and they're blurred out, and their voices
Oh,
are
yep.
muted, and it's just Adam, just like, you know, he's being confronted with his actual bullshit and stuff. I just really like that shot. So this part of the movie right here was the turning point for me because god damn does that first half piss me off. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I love that part where they confront the shit out of him, and then, you know, they do their thing, and then he leaves. He's gone off to New Zealand. You know what I'm saying? Feels like no character growth.
Yeah.
Start of Act 3. He's home. The lights are off. He comes inside, sees a plate out for him that his mama did. You know what I'm saying? And he takes a look, takes stock of his surroundings. You know what I'm saying? And it feels like there hasn't been any progress made. You know, because again, he hits what is it? He hits that plate. You know, he's sitting at the dinner table with his parents, you know, trying to tell him they're talking about his trip and, you know, what's been going on or whatever. And then from there, that's when Adam's transformation finally starts, right? Like he sees the next night another plate out, but he doesn't go for the food.
I think
I
he
think he
wakes up.
stays up.
No, he wakes up
Right?
early enough to see his mom putting his plate down,
There
right?
it is.
Before
Okay.
they
Yeah,
go to
yeah,
work,
yeah.
which,
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know if he's ever seen that before because this is really early in
Right.
the morning when his parents are going to work. And now he's finally on that earlier time. He's able to see,
Right.
oh, his dad's like, man, leave that. We're going to be late. Come on. And his dad's like,
Yeah.
fuck his plate. He
Yeah,
can make
for
his own plate.
real.
The mom's taking
Yeah.
time to take care of her baby. She's putting a plate down. She's putting a towel
Mm-hmm.
over it. And then he sees his family walking out to go to work. Right. And he's like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just being awake and taking stock, looking around, using his powers of observation and really being able to get stuff done, bro. Like you see, there's the grass outside is a little long. Go and fix it. You know, he's just,
Yeah.
if you ain't got a job to be at, you can work at your house. Just go and do stuff and
Right.
fix it up so that things are easier for your parents. Things are easier for the day to day task. He's out there doing the yard. He's out there
Yeah.
create. Man, he's like making. He's doing the land, bro. He's making their
Yeah,
own
bro.
mama so
Yeah.
he can like plant stuff back there. And his dad's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, hallelujah!"
Yeah. Yeah. He cooked them breakfast. He's cooking them
Yeah,
breakfast. Yeah,
yeah.
bro.
He's
Yep.
cooking
And
food for them. He's like making the yard nice.
yeah, did
Being
a
able to
traditional
contribute to
umo.
the family financially. He's going to
Yeah.
get a
Yep.
job. It shows him like taking
Brother
any
had
job
two
that he can get.
jobs.
Yo,
He
he
had two
goes, he
jobs.
takes his CV in, and they're like, so do you have any skills or
Yeah.
anything like that?
I could basket weave. Like he was just naming the shit he was doing over there in Samoa, right?
Yeah. Seeing him starting from zero on paper and then building up so that
Right.
he's getting better jobs over time. So
Mm-hmm.
that was dope. And then his parents are like, we love this transformation from you. This is great. You're making us proud. You're helping.
Yeah.
Uh, you're giving us envelopes of money. You're contributing. But now it's time for you to go to school. Okay.
Right.
Because
Mm-hmm.
train, chase that education, do something with your life. And the dad's like, yes, and come back with bigger
Yeah.
envelopes.
You get a better job so you can give me a bigger
Shout out to the
envelope.
dad, man.
Bro, I'm telling you. Telling you, bro. 6 man, bro. He was great.
Uh, and
Yeah,
then it
so
wraps with him getting ready to head back. He goes back.
Yeah, he goes back. He goes back, meets up with the Makeki kids, gives them some gifts, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And heads back to his two wise cousins. You know what I'm
He
saying?
he's looking different too. He's
Yeah,
got the
yep, he's got
Iafaikala,
hmm
the black Ia, the white long sleeve button up shirt. It's looking
yeah, coming
very
very
yeah.
respectful. Yeah,
Yeah,
coming very
yeah, yeah.
respectful. You know what I'm saying? And not overstepping. So he goes, meets up with his cousins, apologizes, gives them new phones, and you know what I'm saying, tells them how much he's learned. And they're very proud of him. They're happy for him. They're proud of him. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
that was a great turning. That was a great. That would have been a great thing to end. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't have. It would have unresolved the thing with Mary, which is great that they had this in there because at the
Uh,
end, you know what I'm saying? Like
the way he's talking about it though, I thought it was done because he's like, they're
yeah,
like, "What's up with the girl?" And
right.
he's
And
like, "Nah, put that on
actually,
hold."
I take that back. It would have that still would have been a great way to end on because it would have like he would have learned that like that it didn't matter. Like if he was trying to
Mhm.
get at her, it wouldn't have mattered because pre confrontation Adam was not worthy of a girl like her, so now he can, talk to whoever he wants.
Yeah,
But to have Mary come in, you know what I'm saying, at this point in his life after making this transformation, going to school, you know what I'm saying, and having that bag that he made, symbolizing his growth as a person, now he's become exactly who she wants. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, cool movie, dude. And it ends on a great note. All right. Mary was chopping it up with him, and Adam was not freezing up like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't freezing up. So there you go, bro. That's Three Wise Cousins, bro. All
yeah,
right. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So 90 minutes. It's pretty short compared to, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the movies we've watched on this thing have been short though, an hour and a half. So that was cool. Cool change of pace and stuff. Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a terrible movie in the first 30
yeah,
minutes,
yeah,
and then the second half more than made up for it. I loved it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, I brought it up really well. For you wise cousins. So any standout scenes for you, bro? What's going on?
You mentioned it earlier, but definitely that opening credits where they're going
Mm,
around Samoa and everybody's name is printed on a EA and they're just doing
that's
like
hard.
the EA opening scenes that
Hmm.
definitely stood out early. And I was like, oh, this is a very Samoan. This good. This is like gonna be an island movie by
Yeah.
Islanders because ain't no way a non-Islander would have thought. Well, maybe, but I thought that was a great opening and it was like
Yeah.
fun. It was kind of like TV show e, like you have your
Hmm.
opening credit scene or whatever like that, but uh also setting the scene going around Samoa was cool to see.
Yeah.
Um I thought Tavita was the MVP of this movie. Definitely the most positive and most supportive person that helps Adam kind of float for a little bit. But
Hmm.
maybe it's kind of like the parents where if he wasn't so nice, this could have happened earlier. This
Yeah,
transformation
but
would have got started if you stopped babying him.
well, see, that's fair, but also it showed that he was a real one because he eventually did confront him along with Mose. It wasn't just Mose going in on him at the end. You know what I'm saying? Tavita was giving it to him too. So Tavita was still a real one. Like, he has a lot of patience. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But once his patience runs thin, he's like, all right, dude, you know what? You've tested me and I've been on your team. I gotta let you know what the fuck is going on. Boom. You know what I'm
Oof,
saying?
oof.
And I have to give flowers to Mose. You know what I'm saying? Like Tavita is the obvious standout, but Mose, bro, Vito, like
Mm,
put these two in more movies, bro. They're so good, bro. And
yeah.
Mose was great for, keeping everything grounded. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the realest one. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like he didn't lose sight of who Adam really was. You know what I mean? And I just got to give my flowers to bro too. Like he was good. Again, standout scenes. Was Adam's dad. I got to get bro's name, but Adam's dad was fucking killing it in this movie. Um, yeah, that's definitely the standout scene for me. Or standout performance at least. Like 3, 4 scenes, and he eats it up every time. Like he's killing it. You know what I'm saying? Adam's dad. So, um, yeah. So, are there any like what themes like stood out to you the most, or is there a central theme to this movie? And if there is, like, what is it? What was it for you? Because there's so many things that we can talk about, especially this being so like relatable for us. I mean, me for
Oh
sure.
yeah, yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like we was making the joke of Adam being a mirror, a reflection of us, and I truly believe that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's
Mhm.
why it disgusted me so much because it's like, dude, that was me. Like when I moved to
That's
Samoa, bro. Like I I I just did not understand the scope of
mhm.
what of where I was at and what that means to be out there. You know what I'm saying? And it just showed. It just showed everything that that I was at that time, which disgusted me more because I was like, dude, I don't ever want to go back to that fucking guy. Fuck that shit, dude. Adam was terrible, bro, and
Yeah,
and that's definitely how I was when I got out there. So, there's
yeah,
definitely themes of like fish out of water, you know, being unfamiliar with your surroundings, but also like growing up, being an adult. But like the biggest thing for me was confronting who you truly are. You know what I'm saying? In order to actually build healthy relationships and love in your family and what have you. You know what I'm saying? Like it just shows that like Adam can sweep up as much shit as he wants with that salu. He can cut up as much grass as he wants for that belu or with that belu, right? But if he doesn't confront what the fuck makes him so lazy, so selfish, so arrogant, if he doesn't confront like how much his parents have done for him, all of that is for naught, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you haven't made that journey of coming of age yet. You know what I'm saying? So, and when I think of coming of like when people think of coming of age, it's like a child turning or a child growing into an adult. Like technically Adam was still an adult, but he was childish. You know what I'm saying? He
right.
was childish. So then he finally goes to Samoa, learns a thing or two, and then he becomes a man. So it that was the biggest thing for me was self awareness and confrontation, bro. Because at the end of the day, nothing else matters if our behavior doesn't change. You know?
What do you think he like the mindset for Adam was? Do you think it was seeing his parents like working hard and early that made him like kind of flip the switch, or was it like the lessons that he learned, or I don't know? What do you think is going
Uh
on in this character's mind that makes him like, oh, I should
oh.
go and do this?
Oh yeah. I think it was definitely a combination of all of that. Like you know what? When you said that he woke up early, it made me remember that. Yeah, he wasn't waking up early at all through the whole movie. You know what I'm saying? But all of a sudden he's waking up early and he's got that time down to wake up and see his mom actually doing it. So yeah, I think it was a combination of that and the fucking helping of humble pie he got from his two cousins. You know what I'm saying? Like they was talking hella shit to him. So it had to be a combination of all of that, bro. But I think more than anything, it has to be seeing his mom set out his little itty bitty plate for her little son, her little, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. What about you? What makes you think? What makes Adam tick, bro? What made him make that switch
I
for you?
mean, I think I might need to go back and watch that part of the movie again to see if there's like a voiceover or something that really triggers it, but also maybe just like the conditioning that he had over the time that he was in Samoa, waking up early,
Yeah,
right? So now he's awake and he's like really focused on the fa'aus that they do, because like this movie is kind of not a fantasy, but it's like in the realm of possibility for anybody in the States or something like that.
oh
For us
come
to
on,
like
bro.
feel like,
Hell
oh,
yeah.
you're moving to Samoa, you're getting sent to Samoa, you're gonna live there, you're gonna like learn how to do stuff like that. That's what I mean, that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
So it's like seeing that and just how relatable Adam is, like we were
Yeah.
talking about. It's very humbling to realize you have a lot more in common with this loser than either of the cousins or even these market kids.
You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm jealous that it didn't take Adam that long for him to realize this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like it
okay.
took me years after leaving Samoa and going through my own struggles here in California to be like, wait, I should have contributed more over there. Hold the fuck up. Wait, I'm a piece of shit. Like, see, it takes a lot of people years to figure that out about themselves. You know what I'm saying? You figure that out in 90 minutes, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So shit, you're lucky enough to understand it that early, bro, and to have parents that supportive. You know what I'm saying? So it's yeah.
It's
Be
like a
happy that
reality
you
check.
caught it early. Yeah,
This movie's a reality check, right? It's
for
like,
sure. Yeah.
yeah, you might not be able to fly to Samoa, but let's give you a little taste visually of what that, that might be in it. The way that so shout out to the director for being able to put us in these situations and bring that out. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's necessarily what, they were
He
looking
was
for,
trying to
but
do, yeah, entertainment,
uh
but still, hey,
the way it
if it was.
hits, the way it hits so hard after like an hour of buying into hoping this movie pays off, it pays off so well because it's
Yeah.
like it's made me take stock of my daily like activities, my life,
Brother.
my goals. Like, is what I'm doing every day going to lead to what we want, over time?
Right.
Uh so yeah, shout out to this movie just for freaking making me want to be a better person. And it's through
Yeah.
realizing that I'm Adam in this movie,
Yeah.
right? I'm not
Or you
doing,
were Adam.
yeah. And now hopefully learning, better ways and to contribute and to learn and to experience. So,
Yeah,
uh,
bro.
man, shout out to this movie.
Yeah, man. Was there any other like themes that stood out to you, bro, before we wrap it up? Cause man, go watch the movie, okay? What about you, bro? You got any
uh,
themes for him?
there's one that we were talking about, uh, and how this movie kind of ends where they're asking oh boy, yo, what's up with your girl then? Did you
Right.
you made such positive changes, what's happening with Mary?
Mm-hmm.
And Adam says, I think a girl deserves someone who can take care of his own family first, right? Something to that effect.
Tarvita
And
says that, right? Oh, it doesn't matter because that's a
no,
fucking
freaking
bar.
Adam says it.
Oh, Adam
Adam's
says
like,
that.
which is why I remembered it. It surprised me. I was like,
Oh.
bar.
Okay, so
Uh,
you're not fucking stupid. What are you?
yeah. So I'm like, that that part thinking about your life partner or the person you decide to build a life with deserves someone who's not going to be a slack or a burden. Someone that
Mm,
can add, not someone who's like, oh, I gotta think about what this guy needs. I gotta get this done for him. Da da da. Yeah, I mean that might be like little things that you do for each other, but as far as contributing to the team and your guys' goals, be somebody that can take care of his own family first. And then I thought
right.
to another layer of that, and I was like, you can't take care of your own family, like your nuclear family, if you're not taking
Yeah.
care of yourself.
Hey,
And so
hey,
now I'm
hey.
like, oh,
Hey,
we
you
gotta
better
eat
talk to him,
better.
Lance.
We gotta, three wise cousins, maybe start a workout and clean eating program.
Brother, let's go.
So yeah, shout out to this movie. Definitely suggest you watch it. You can get through the hate and frustrations of the first hour. We just
Yeah.
trust us. It's gonna be
Yeah.
worth it. Let us know what life changes you make after watching this
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah. Adam isn't a piece of shit through the entire movie. We swear. Okay. He shapes up. He gets in shape. He gets okay towards the end. It's okay. All right.
It's okay.
He'll be okay. It's okay. He'll learn something. Don't even trip.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not used to like the main character being unredeemably annoying. But
bro,
yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah. So
I guess that's what makes the second half hit so much harder because he is such
yeah.
a POS at the beginning.
Mm.
So, yeah. Hey, man, again, three wise cousins, bro. Shout out to Stallone, Vaiaoga-Ioasa. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing, bro. Get on the show.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get on the show, bro. Get on the show. Yeah, that's the Pasefika movie starter kit, you freaking movie nerds. What other movie should we watch? We got a list, but what other movie should we watch? We're open to suggestions, you know what I'm saying, and figuring things out. Yeah, shit. You got anything for him, bro? What's the deal? What's the deal, dude?
Go watch Three Wise Cousins. Uh
Oh,
oh.
gun to your head. Gun to your head out of 10.
Ooh. 9.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's too high.
Is
No, wait.
that your first? Is that your first 9, bro? I feel like Lance has not. I think Lance is giving high scores like boy, maybe just 1 9.
Oh wait.
My
Yeah.
guy Lance is. You know what I'm saying? My guy Lance is Roger Ebert, bro.
All right, we'll go 8.
Yeah.
We'll go 8.
Well, damn. Okay. All right. I was gonna give it a 6.5 to a 7. I'll settle
Nice.
on a 7. I'll settle on the 7. It's that good.
such that ending is so strong that like it cleans up for the first half.
Bro, it made you do serious personal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it has to account for something, bro. This movie is fucking good, bro. It's a modern classic. It's gonna
Yeah.
be good. No, it is good. It's gonna be a modern classic in Pasefika cinema. Calling it. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not, it should be. You know what I mean? But if that's everything, bro, appreciate y'all for watching, man. Check us out again right here at the Polytickin Network, everywhere you listen to podcasts. You know what I'm saying? If you want to support us directly, patreon.com/Polytickin Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Check us out everywhere. You freaking movie nerds. Go far.
Yep.
Bye. Sir.